Hello, fearless warrior. How are you? I hope you're having an amazing day. Listen, happy Monday to you. It is Motivation Monday. It's Transformation Monday. It is Grateful Monday. I am just thankful to be here on this Monday. I'm grateful for an opportunity to share an empowering word with you. And I'm grateful for you tuning in to hear this empowering word that I have for today. So today I want to talk about the word fearless. Fearless. So for a long time, I fought against becoming a coach in the capacity of, calling that my life's work. I'm a marketing professor and a mindset coach. For a long time, I fought doing this in the public, not because I didn't want to help people, because I've always helped people in the capacity of being a mentor, in the capacity of being a tutor. I've always, given people advice and encouraged them and empowered them, but it was really just my little circle. And a girlfriend of mine a few years ago, she was like, why are you not doing it? Actually, when I wrote my first book in 2014, I wrote my first book. She was like, why are you not doing this, Tanya? Why are you not speaking? Why are you not coaching? Why are you not working with people, the masses? And I really couldn't answer her. But as I began to drill down and as I began to think about it and as I began to ask myself, why haven't you put yourself out there on this public platform to be able to share with others what you know and what you've experienced and what you've learned in this life, right? As I began to drill down, I came to understand that it was the fear of rejection. What does that mean? Fear of rejection. So ultimately, I was afraid to share with the world my story. I was afraid to share with the world that I was in an abusive relationship. I was afraid to share with the world that I had felt self-doubt for majority of my life. I was afraid to share with the world that there were times when I felt unloved and unworthy. I was afraid to share with the world that I was divorced and coming up again, I would be divorced the second time. I was afraid to share with the world that information about me. Why? Because I feared what others might think about me. And that was until this same girlfriend, she come to Jesus talk with me is what she was saying. She was like, you have helped me so much in my life. You've offered so much good advice. You've listened to me and you have just shared with me great advice. I've taken that advice and I have moved on and began to accomplish some of the goals that I want to accomplish in my life, and other people need to hear that, right? And she said to me, what if, Tanya? She said, regardless of whether you do what you're supposed to be doing or not, she called it my life's purpose, whether you're supposed to be doing it, whether you do it or not, she said, people are still going to be abused in this world. Women are still going to be afraid to make the moves they need to make. People are still going to be afraid to make the career changes they need to make. People are still going to feel unloved. They're still going to feel unworthy. They're still going to have this fear of rejection. They're still going to have this self-doubt. So whether you do what you're supposed to be doing or not, that's still going to be happening in the world. And this is what she said, something so pivotal that just kind of, hit me right here. She said, what if, God forbid, you were supposed to speak to someone, you were supposed to give somebody hope, you were supposed to encourage someone, and they wind up doing something terrible to themselves because you were not in that space that you were supposed to be. And of course I argued back. I was like, well, there's just so many people out there. No, she said, God has purpose for you to meet so many people in this lifetime and for you to empower them and to encourage them. They're supposed to walk your path, not anybody else's path. They won't hear anybody else because only you can relate to them when you tell your story. What if one person, Tanya, that you're supposed to meet and supposed to speak to, you don't, and something happens to them? That was it. I felt like God was speaking Right? That was it for me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put myself out there. I am going to be that coach. And that's when I went on and got certified, became a certified coach. And that's when I went on and studied and did the things that I need to do and started my psychology classes and really began to put into practice what God would have for me to do. So my question to you today is, what are you sitting on? What dreams, what goals are you sitting on? What ideas are you sitting on that you know God has purpose for you to do? He's put it in your mind, so it's his purpose for you. Maybe it's starting a business. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as my story, right? Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's being an entrepreneur, right? Maybe it's going back to school to get that GED. Maybe it's going back to school to get that master's, that bachelor's, that master's, that PhD. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe God has put in your heart to write a book and you have been sitting on it. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe you're supposed to be out there empowering, inspiring people, right? Maybe you're supposed to become a teacher. I don't know what that purpose is for you, but I'm asking you today, are you allowing fear to stop you from living the purpose life that God has designed for you? And I'm going to tell you, just like my friend told me, what if there's a person out there that's supposed to read your book? What if you're supposed to speak? What if there's a student that you are supposed to teach? What if there's somebody that you're supposed to help with your business? Whatever it is that God has put in your path to do, and you're not doing it. What if they miss you because you're letting fear stop you from living the life you're supposed to live? Right? Remember the people in the Bible that had the talents? Remember the one who had 5 and the one who had 10, who put it out for usury and did what they needed to do, and the good master came back and doubled, their reward. And then there was the one who had the 1 talent who did nothing with it. And the good master said that basically he was ungrateful and he was not a good person. You remember the consequences of that person? Okay, so I just want to encourage you today, whatever you need to do. I had to, once I drilled down, actually I had gotten a coach, and a coach helped me to see that it was the fear of rejection. So whether you need to get a mentor, maybe there's someone in your life that's going to be super, super honest with you, that's not going to sit there and be like, oh, it's okay, you're doing the best that you can, but it's going to say, that's going to push you to move. Maybe it's a mentor, maybe it is a coach, maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's self-help books. There are loads of self-help books that I have read. That's what I started with, to be able to get rid of. That's why I can talk about building that confidence, guys. That's why I can talk about that overcoming that fear of rejection, because I've been there. That's what my coaching practice is about. It's about helping people overcome that fear of rejection, helping them be their authentic self and not caring about what people think about them, right? Helping them replace that fear with confidence, helping them replace that self-doubt with self-assurance. So whatever you need to do today to get on your journey of living the life that God designed for you to live, I'm going to encourage you to do that. My friend did that for me, and I'm passing it on to you. God bless you. Continue to walk in purpose. Continue to walk in power. You are a fearless warrior. Have a great day.